Hello everybody, welcome back to 10 Minute Reviews. Jason here bringing you today's video. So real fast, I don't want to make this too long for an intro, so I'm going to try and compress it. Thank you very much to our fans. Thank you very much to our patrons. Don't forget to check the links down below for links to today's book, any other applicable links. And don't forget to check the end of the videos for details on our contest. I'm going to be running a contest on the main channel, and I'm going to have a couple of contests on the Patreon. So don't forget to check that as well. Got a bunch of signed books and stuff that I want to give away. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and jump straight into today's video. Don't forget to check those links down below, guys. Got more information down there. Catch you soon. So for today's video, I want to talk about an author I've not talked about before, and a book that I just kind of stumbled across, and it was awesome. It was amazing. So I want to talk about Eric Dontigney. I'm not exactly sure how it's pronounced. Just check down below. It'll be typed in down there. In his book, Unintended Cultivator. This is book one. Book two is already out. I'll be reviewing that one as well. This is one of those genres that I really, really enjoy when it's done well and when it's done interesting. There's a few out there. Obviously, Beware of Chicken. It's a cultivation novel. But you also have The Thousand Li by Dao Wang. Fantastic series. So this one, stumbling across it, Unintended Cultivator. And with most of these, you have your overpowered main character, especially Beware of Chicken. Beware of Chicken, very much an overpowered main character, but done in such a way it's a lot of fun. Thousand Li is pretty normal. This one is interesting because he both is and he is not. So this book is your classic cultivation type book. So it definitely occurs in an Asian inspired fantasy world. It's obviously not Earth, but it's an Asian inspired fantasy world, kind of Middle Ages adjacent as far as technology and things like that go. Think like, 16th, 17th century China kind of thing. There's really no mention of firearms yet, so those may not be there, or I just missed it. And the main character, Lu Sen. Now, Lu is interesting because he is the absolute lowest of the low class, gutter street urchin, homeless, borderline criminal. Well, not borderline. He's a thief trying to stay alive, steals food and stuff like that. Just a street urchin, borderline street urchin, picked on by the other children, and the children of nobility, stuff like that. But he has an interesting ability. He doesn't realize it's an ability, but he's able to pretty much just hide himself from other people. He's kind of a uber stealth sort of thing. He's just able to hide himself. So what we have is a cultivator, and cultivators, of course, as you know from other books, are basically Superman, can destroy a town, kill with impunity. Cultivator comes to this little town, and of course everyone's falling all over themselves, and he's said he's going to pick a disciple, and he ends up picking Lu Sen. Now we do find out later on it's primarily because of Lu Sen's ability to hide himself that is unexplained. Nobody else could do it. He can't teach it because he doesn't know how it's done, and he is taken by this cultivator, and of course he's terrified, and he doesn't think he can cultivate either. And he learns, he's taken up into the mountains, and he's trained. And that's the primary premise of the first book, is simply his training. So this book actually spans 5 to 7 years in their time, and you learn a little bit about the history of this world, the various kingdoms, the cultivators, the sects. The sects come up a lot in cultivation novels. This time around we have a character that is not a part of a sect. It has no desire to be a part of a sect, and we learn a little bit about that. Now he is being taught the cultivation. That's where we get into the second part of why he was picked. Being a street urchin, being an uneducated orphan, basically, he has no knowledge of cultivation. He knows what it is, of course, everybody in this world does, but he doesn't have any understanding of it. So things that people take for granted, even the kind of knowledge that just you as viewers and me as someone that's just read a cultivation novel in the past, we know more than he does, being born and grown up in this world. He knows nothing about cultivation, and because of that, he's even referred to once as almost an experiment of his master's, in that his master wants to see what somebody can do if they don't already have prior conceptions, basically. Their own, figure things out on their own, whether or not they can break from tradition, and whether or not, a lot of the things that people think it can be done in cultivation is only there because it's a tradition, and they're told that you cannot do this, you cannot do that, you have to do this kind of thing. And that's what Loose End's master decides to do. Now, what we end up learning is that Loose End's master is a cultivator at the highest possible level, just shy of achieving immortality. He's thousands of years old. He is basically God level. He is legendary, and he has a couple of friends, both of whom are also at that peak, absolutely legendary on the planet. In fact, just the mere mention of two of their names, his master and his master's friend, will send most cultivators into fits of fear and crapping themselves, and just these two are just absolute gods among men, and they train Loose End. So he learns a few things that to him he's still very, very weak, but to others, for his level where he's at, he's definitely overpowered. For where he's at, what area of cultivation he's at, what tier, his abilities, he definitely punches above his weight. And you get a little hint of that at the end of the first book. You get a big hint of it in the second book, but you get a little hint of that at the end of the first book, because the first book primarily is just dealing with his journey, his learning. He has to learn how to read, which gets pretty amusing too. Hell, he has to run. He just runs laps around the damn monastery, home, whatever you want to call it, over and over and over again. It's, in a way, it's almost a slice of life book. Book 2 starts to develop an overarching plot. But Book 1 is almost kind of a slice of life book, but I would put the Unintended Cultivator in my top 2 cultivation books that I've read. Cultivation series, I should say, that I've read. The only one that's right up there with it that probably surpasses it is Beware of Chicken, but overall, Unintended Cultivator is a ton of fun. So if you guys like cultivation novels, if you like Beware of Chicken, if you liked The Thousand Li, go check out Unintended Cultivator. It's shockingly good. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We will catch you next time. Bye now. Welcome back. So for our contests. So for the contest here on the main channel, I'm going to be running 2 contests for this month. The contest will end at the end of April. Just email me at reviewsinten@gmail.com. Put contest in the subject line so I do not skip past it. I do get a lot of emails. And I'm actually going to be running 2 contests. Email me for the first contest. Email me your suggestions for 4 categories of books. You don't have to send me 4 suggestions. Some people don't read certain categories, and that is certainly fine. Just email me your suggestions of books that I have not reviewed. Doesn't mean I haven't read them, but that I have not reviewed, in 4 genres: sci-fi, lit RPG, cultivation, and the harem lit. Of course, I'm missing fantasy, but that comes up a lot with cultivation and with lit RPG and with the harem lit, so I'm just kind of leaving that one out. And I will pick of my favorites out of that. I will pick a winner, and I have a signed copy of Advent 9 by T. Alan Horn, and that will be going to that winner. I do actually have a bunch of books for further contests as well, but it's a signed copy of Advent 9 by T. Alan Horn that I will send out to the winner. And the second contest going on the main channel is pick a book. Pick a book that you've read that I have not reviewed, and email me a quick little personal review. If you can talk me into reading that book, the winner of that one will receive a signed copy of J.J. Thorne's Apocalypse Assassin, right? Yeah, Apocalypse Assassin, which I've reviewed this one. I've also reviewed Advent 9. So again, put contest in the subject line, and if you're interested in maybe getting a complete set of Mickey Carre's or the Heavy Weight of It All Book 1, also signed, check out our Patreon. I've got 2 contests that will be going on there as well. Thanks everybody. Hope you guys enjoy the videos, and don't forget to email me. Bye now.